Today I'm going to show you how to optimize for search engines like Google, Bing, etc., but primarily for Google because that's what everyone uses. And I'm going to show you how to do SEO on a WordPress website. Now, the exact SEO that you're going to do depends on what type of website it is. For example, an e-commerce website, you might do product page optimization where you have a actual shopping feed with a title and all of those things. And that has a very specific, different way of doing things to optimize for a product feed. Very important that you do it correctly. Today, I'm just going to be talking about basic website, like an information website for a local business or anything really. And I'm going to show you how to optimize it using our tools and plugins that we use across all websites. And it's pretty easy and straightforward, nothing crazy. The main SEO plugin that we use is called Rank Math. So what you're going to do is download that plugin and you're going to log into the WordPress website that you need to optimize. And you're going to go in and add this plugin. Now, if it's an existing client that already has an SEO plugin like Yoast SEO or something like that, you can replace it. Now, double check with the client first before you go replacing plugins. Maybe they have a specific reason for having that plugin. So definitely double check first. But for the most part, if they're cool with it or they don't have an SEO thing, you can set up Rank Math and it will import everything over to the new website. So Shawbrook Inc., what we're going to do is first set up the basics. So Shawbrook is a lending company. They're a mortgage lending, private lending company. So basically, you can get a loan from them to buy a house or to get a commercial loan to get a commercial property going, maybe investments, that kind of thing. So they have these different programs here. And what we're going to do is just make sure everything fits for their type of business. So let's see, web shop. They're not a web shop. They are a small business site. And the website name is Shawbrook Capital. And you can see Shawbrook Capital. And if I search up Shawbrook Capital, that's their brand name. So that is what they should show up for. You could also put an alternative name. Shawbrook Inc. can be fine, or maybe Shawbrook Lending might be better. That way, if somebody searches that lending, they'll also pop up. You're going to get their logo, and we should have their logo somewhere. Give me a moment to find it. Here we go. Now the logo you want to do is going to be the actual word mark logo. So this one would be good. Shawbrook Capital. And default social share image, maybe this one would be good. So what the default social share is when they send a link, let's say an iMessage or some kind of group chat, it's going to show their logo with the link or in Slack or something like that. Cool, save and continue. And now we're going to connect to Google services, which they should have. And this is a very key point of the SEO because you want to connect everything to Google and make sure Google is actually crawling and indexing the pages on your website. So this is actually a landing page. So that you see landing.shawbrookinc.com. So that is not going to work. In fact, I don't think they actually have a Search Console account. Shawbrook Capital. Wow, they don't. Okay. I have another video on how to create the Search Console Google Analytics account, which is so easy to do, but I'm going to show you right now in case you are dealing with this. What you're going to do is you're going to get the plugin called Sitekit. It's officially by Google, so you go to plugins and then you search Google in the App Store or the plugin store for WordPress. Click install now. And what we're going to do is use Google's official app to quickly get all of the accounts set up. So this is like the fastest way to create all of the accounts with Google, all of the accounts that you need for SEO. You're going to log in with your IY Solutions account, and it's going to verify and create Search Console. You just hit next on everything, and it's going to create all of the accounts for you. And okay, Shawbrook Capital. And you can see we just have landing.shawbrook, so that's a landing page. You don't want to use that one. So you're going to set up a new property, new web stream. Perfect. Keep everything else default. And we're going to proceed. Asking for permissions again. Usually like pretty straightforward stuff. You just need to know what to click. So cool. It looks like it did that. Now we're going to go to settings in the Google Site Kit, and you can see Search Console, Analytics, page speed, all of those are created now, just like that, which it did not have before. And now, so if I reconnect these, it should populate with the new Search Console and Analytics. So let's take a look. Shawbrook. Oh, it should be Shawbrook Capital. There, okay, there's the new Analytics property. And there you go. Search Console without the landing. So that's the right one. Install Analytics code. You don't need to do that because you already have Search Console connected. You already have everything connected through the Google Sitekit plugin that we just installed. Cool. And so you need the sitemap. That's good. You're just going to hit save and continue. And all of these keep default and enable auto update. That's fine. And then you're just going to keep going through the checkups. Now, at the end here, you're going to enable 404 monitor and redirections. You want both of those live because we want to see if there's any pages that are hitting the 404. Basically, that means if somebody deleted a page that was indexed before, that's a big no-no when it comes to Google. They don't want to send their users to a broken page, and you will not be penalized, but it's not good. You could lose traffic overall. I guess you would be penalized. And redirections are actually the solution to that. So if you delete a page, you want redirections to automatically be set up. So that way, if you delete a page, either it's redirected to the home page, or let's say you rename a page. So you might rename the URL to something else. The user who clicks that in Google will end up on the right page. That's not broken. Cool. So all of these are generally good. You can read them one by one and check them if there's anything specific, but for the most part, we almost never change this unless they have something very custom set up. One of the things we're going to do here is image SEO. We're going to enable that. Redirections are on. Check through these in case there's anything in particular that might apply, but for the most part, they're already going to be enabled. And let's go to redirections over here. So what I just talked about with redirections, you're going to hit settings and then go to auto post redirect. So that way, when the name changes, it will redirect. And then the fallback behavior, if it 404s, you can either redirect to the home page or let it go to the 404 page. In this case, I'm going to leave it on the default 404. I don't see a reason why we need to redirect to the home page right now. Cool. So we're like most of the way done with setting up. Now, because it's a local business, there's a couple of other things we want to do. So under titles and meta, under Rank Math SEO, you're going to go to local SEO, and you're going to add a description for the business. So basically, open up ChatGPT, and you're going to say, write me an SEO description about this business, Shawbrook Capital. Here is their website. Explain the services offered and the benefits that people will see from working with Shawbrook Capital. We're essentially writing something that's going to be compelling, that hopefully gets shown around on Google and will make people click the website. So Shawbrook Capital is a premier private lending firm specialized in hard money loans, perfect with fast approvals, flexible terms, so the unique selling points, benefit from personalized lending solutions, competitive rates, transparent process. Yeah, so for loans, like the main benefit is like give me a cheaper loan, So we're gonna paste that in there. Looks good. And then we're going to add some information. So we'll do, I'm not sure what their contact email is. Let's take a look. It looks like they don't have a public email on their website. So that is something I would ask the client for specifically. Like, do they have a public email that people can email that's maybe not their personal email? For now, I'm just going to put info@shawbrookinc.com. The contact email address could be displayed on search engines. You definitely want to check this with the client. I'm just going to leave that for now. Then we're going to grab the address. So you're going to take that from, the Google My Business profile. Pretty straightforward. And I'm just going to put everything here like that. So it's very standard. It says, locality, but that's the city. And then 2-letter country code. I actually don't know what that is. I think it's just US. This is why you have ChatGPT. Yeah, US. Cool. Rock and rollin'. Open hours. We're going to get that from Google. Google should be the most up to date. So 8 a.m. to 7:30, Monday through Thursday. Monday. Okay. And then it said 7:30. I'm going to change this to 12-hour format. 7:30. Paste it like that. I'm not sure if the zero was needed there. We'll just add it back. And then what did we have? This 8 a.m. every day. And then for Friday, it's 8 to 6, Saturday, 8 to 2, Sunday closed. Sunday, we'll delete that. Friday, 8 to 6, 0, 6, and then Saturday, 0 to 2. And then all of these were 8 a.m. All right. And then phone number, we can just grab that from here. Just like that. Make sure you put the country code and you do customer service is fine, or maybe sales. Price range, maybe $sign or $2 signs, doesn't matter. If you know the legal name, I guess if you want to look it up by the state, you could do that. So California business lookup should be able to find the company. Strawbrook Capital Inc. is the legal name. So I searched in the California Secretary of State. Okay, Google Maps API key, you can just not do that one. And then for the geo coordinates, what you're going to do is open up Google Maps and there should be geo coordinates. Yeah, right here. So in the URL where it says at 34.135, Google Maps always has this up there. That's the geo coordinates. So you can just put that there. About page, you can type in about. Contact page, type in contact. Looks like they have 2 pages. Contact us, contact. So this is the page I see here. So I'm just going to do contact and that should be fine. Cool. And then you also have social media. So let's go to Facebook, log in, and let's say Shawbrook Capital. You can copy that, paste it. The rest, I don't think you need to put anything there. And that's pretty much it on the SEO. Now, there may be more specific things to look into. Of course, like use ChatGPT to figure out what you're going to do and just research, is it the right option? But for the most part, that's going to cover the entire setup for rank math. Generally, you do this for all clients, you're good to go. So that took maybe, 10 minutes. You could probably speed run it and do it in less than 10 minutes. And you're good to go there. Now, the other thing is on the SEO side, besides rank math, and you can see there's quite a few photos that don't have alt text. So to fix that, we have a tool that actually uses AI to look at the photo and give it alt text. It's called alttext.ai. It's this first one here. And if you need the password, let me know. But this one is a really powerful tool because you can essentially optimize everything, all of the images, and it's really good. So we're going to search for alt text AI in the WordPress add plugin. We'll click add plugin and then alt text AI. Yes, this one with the little power symbol. Going to activate it, and under here you see settings. We're going to add in our API key. I already have it I already have it saved. Actually, you technically don't need to log in, but as long as you have the API key, you can activate it. So you could always ask me or somebody else for the API key, which is over here. And we have unlimited, so not a problem. There may be some settings here that you want to double check in the alt text AI plugin. Also set the image title as generated alt text. You could do that. Also set the image caption and description. You can do that. The only thing to be careful about is, I mean, if I actually wouldn't do this just to be safe, don't do this just because they might be using the caption for something. So they may have already done it and be using the caption. So you don't want to overwrite it. Cool. Use post title as keywords if SEO keywords not found from plugins. So you could do that. So what's really cool about this plugin is that it actually works with rank math. So when you set a focus keyword in rank math, it's actually going to use it for the alt text that it's going to generate. Cool. So what we're going to do is hit save. I would, double check these. You can use a chat GPT prompt to guide it. For example, in this case, don't say, I'm not gonna add anything here, but if you needed to give it specific instructions to avoid talking about something, then you could do that. Or to focus on talking about something, you could do that. And the only reason why you would want that is if somebody were to search, real estate lending Los Angeles, and they were to go to images for some reason, they might click on there might be a small percentage of people that click on something over here. And the only way you really show up here is if you have alt text. So if we had real estate lending Los Angeles, we would pop up here. And so you could do that. So try to include keywords like mortgage lending, private money lending, hard money lending. These are the things that they offer, right? DSCR lending and location keywords like Los Angeles, Studio City, Santa Monica. I would just do Los Angeles actually. And then for this, we have to add the macro alt text. So this is going to make sure we have both brackets there. This is going to give ChatGPT alt text is the alt text AI command, and then also this command. So try to include keywords mortgage lending, private money lending, hard money lending, DSCR lending. Let's also do, instead of DSCR, let's do fix and flip loan. So you should know what to put there based off of your conversations with the client. So we hit save changes. Now it has these new settings, and then you can go over to bulk generate. Oh yeah, and this is useful as well. You can add uh, target keywords and then negative keywords, kind of like I was doing. So you could do Los Angeles, hard money, private, like that. And then avoid personal loan because they don't do like Personal loans are like, hey, I just want 40K to do some kind of project. They don't do those small loans. I know for a fact they only do the larger loans and like the ones that require more private lending expertise. So hard money loan, fix and flip, something like that. Los Angeles lender, that would be fine. Cheap, you want to avoid cheap, anything like that. Okay, and for this one, include images that already have alt text. I would do that. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you do that, it's gonna if you click anything down here, it's going to actually over like reset this up here. So just keep that in mind. So Logic, Los Angeles, hard money, fix and flip lender. I got that back, personal and cheap. Okay. Now before I hit generate, before I do this, what I'm gonna do is make sure the focus keyword is set on each page. Like I said before, it works with rank math. And hit edit. And we're going to go to, you can see the little rank math icon over here with the little arrows going up. And what we need to do is access that. So let me close out of some of these. Okay. Let me see how we can find the rank math. Ah, it's down here. So I like to move this up. I can move it up here. I like to move this over there. I like to move it to the top. Okay. So focus keyword about us, about Shawbrook Capital. You could do about Shawbrook Capital. Okay. You can see it's like giving us some feedback on how well optimized it is. So we're just going to do about Shawbrook Capital. That's fine. And it's already saved it there. And this is going to need to be optimized, but we're just going to do about Shawbrook Capital for now, and then we'll leave the page. And that focus keyword should be set. Did it not save? I guess I needed to save it. So about us, Shawbrook Capital. Update. Okay. Okay, there you go. So how's that? Now, yeah, quick tip over here. If you click the edit pencil or SEO details, then you can quick edit all the focus keywords in bulk. For the SEO details, or actually over here, you can see the focus keyword is shown. So you're going to click the pencil, and really you're just going to go through each one. Blog, bridge loans, mortgage broker, thinking that's what broker agent is. Broker agent, okay. Join broker application might be broker application. I'm trying to think of like why somebody like what somebody would search to arrive on this page where they would, apply to become a broker. The broker application. I don't know why they have a cart page or checkout. It really doesn't matter. I'm just gonna add those. Compare the SEO on this actually needs to be tuned up. I'm just gonna skip that one. Construction loan, that one's easy. Construction loan. Make sure you're spelling everything correctly. Contact us. One of these really should be deleted. I don't know why there's two. So this one's a template. This one should be deleted. If you know what you're doing, you can delete it. If you don't know what you're doing, double check. So I'm not going to delete it. What I'm going to do is draft it. So if it's a client account, you never want to do something that could be bad. So we're going to quick edit and we're going to go to status and draft and then hit save. And for this one, this cart and checkout, It really should not be on here. Cart is empty, so I really don't see why they would be using that. You could double check with whoever made it if you can, but that is something I would probably draft it. Or there's another thing you can do. If this page shouldn't be indexed by Google, which it definitely should not be, cart pages don't need to be indexed. You go to rank math over here, and then you click no index. Hit save. Now I'm gonna do the same thing for the cart page. I'm gonna go to rank math, and I'm gonna click the advanced, and I'm gonna hit no index. You never need to index the cart or checkout page. There's no reason to index it in Google. And then this compare page, there's nothing on it, so I'm just gonna do quick edit and put it into draft. By the way, when you put something in draft, and it's gonna 404 it basically. It doesn't need to be there. Okay, and I use a set, so these didn't calculate yet. When you when you do this, you can actually set, I believe you can refresh all of the keyword rankings. There's a way to do it, but you can actually refresh the focus keyword so you can get the score over here. So we're just going to continue along. DSCR program, let's do this. DSCR loan program, hit save, and get started. Let's view that page. Just going to delete, get out of those. Okay, so get started. Looks like it's an actual loan, looks like it's being used. So let's just do get started. HELOCs, e-loans program. Let's do HELOC program as a focus keyword. Actually, would people search HELOC program? So this is where you could break out SEMrush. HELOC program. 210 volume. Let's do HELOC loan. Okay, so HELOC loan would be better. HELOC lender. HELOC lender 590. Let's do HELOC loan. HELOC loan is obviously more traffic. They're not going to rank front page for it, but they might rank for HELOC loan plus, Los Angeles HELOC loan, something like that might work. Okay, home. So when the home page is set to the front page, you just want to set the focus keyword to Shawbrook Capital because you want anyone searching for Shawbrook Capital basically find the home page. All right, investors. By the way, if you're wondering how I'm opening this into another tab, I'm just hitting the middle button on the mouse, and that is how I'm able to open it like that. So investors, okay, investor, private money, investor application, something like that. Private money, investment application. Jumbo loans, you hit view. Looks good. We'll just do jumbo loans. Loan programs, I'm guessing that's an overview page. And it looks like it's not in use, so let's quick edit and put that one in draft. If you're ever uncertain, always check with others, check with the client before you do something you shouldn't do. I'm fairly confident with this client, it's not going to matter. Maintenance, this definitely should be drafted. Don't need that. My account. Okay, so maybe there's downloadable products potentially, but my account does not need to be indexable. So let's do no index over here. So I guess this is another way you could do it. You don't have to go into the page and click that. Okay, our team. That's pretty straightforward. Maintenance. No, jumbo loans. Okay. Let's go to the next page. You hit the button at the bottom right. Yeah, so that needs to be de-indexed. The draft. Hit update. Privacy policy. That one's good. So actually we want a keyword for that. Refund policy. That's already draft, so that's good. Reviews, happy clients, that's already drafted. Sample page, yeah, so this needs to be a draft. Self-employed VOE program. Okay, looks like a legit page. Let's do VOE loan program. Let me just double check what that looks like. VOE mortgage loan. So that looks like a standard term. Maybe just VOE loan. Save. Shop. Yeah, this totally should be. That should really not should be indexed. So that should be drafted. Yeah, no index that. And wish list is going to be the same thing for sure. No index. Okay. So now we have our focus keyword set. Now, when we go back to the bulk generate, it's going to use those focus keywords to generate the images on that page, alt text for the images on that page, and use the target keyword to, optimize that. And that's going to give Google more context. It's going to help the page rank. It's going to help it show up in Google Images, among other places. Maybe AI, large language models might look at it. But this really is pretty much everything you're going to do from the basic SEO setup to the actual image alt text optimization, setting focus keywords. The last thing to do would be to optimize the title and meta descriptions and the actual on-page content for the focus keyword. So we set these focus keywords, but now we need to write the title, description, and on-page content. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll just do one of them and then maybe one or two, and then you'll get the idea and then you can do it yourself later. So let's go ahead and write a title and meta description. The bridge loan program, we're going to click quick edit and we're going to do the title. So I like to come up with a standard format so it's consistent across all pages. It's a bridge loan program and probably put Shawbrook Capital. So you could do what it is and you could do brand name if the brand name has value. In this case, I don't think it does have value. So we're going to take it off and we're going to say something like flexible terms, etc. Now to help you with writing it, what you can do is take, let's open it, click view. Okay, and then you're gonna ask ChatGPT, help me write an SEO title and description for this page. Nice. Okay, bridge loan program for real estate fast funding. So you see how it included Shawbrook Capital? So we can add that in here, Shawbrook Capital. In this case, I like to use the same separator for everything. Could you keep Shawbrook Capital in there? Yeah, you probably could. There's one other thing here that I'm noticing with the quick edit. When you edit like this, it's not giving you the guidelines that you need. So actually, you need to click edit into the page, and then you're going to look for rank math over here, and you're going to click edit snippet. Yeah, and you can see it's actually too long. It's too much text. So you want it in the green zone, not the red zone. The fast funding and flexible, maybe do fast and flexible funding. And fast and flexible funding. Now, just to double check it, if you want to be really, really good at SEO, you're going to search bridge loan program and, or actually just bridge loan. The program doesn't seem like it's really a huge thing. So you can see what people search for over here. Bridge loan calculator is really big. Bridge loan, what is a bridge loan? And you can click view all keywords. These are the different variations that people are searching. Bridge loan real estate. Okay. So what you can do is look at what we have on page and try and match it. So get quick approvals, flexible terms. Flexible terms. Is there a calculator on page? I would think somebody searching for a bridge loan wants to get fast funding. They want to calculate rates, get rates and funding. Bridge loans for real estate, get rates and funding. I mean, I would think that's the main reason why somebody would click this. They want to get rates, they want to get funding. Okay, that seems good to me. So over here, the description's too long. Secure, fast. I would put bridge loans in the beginning. Secure a bridge loan for real estate investments with Shabra Capital. Get rates for free and these opportunities before they're gone. That seems really good to me. Get rates for free. People, that's why they're searching it, and then you have the call to action apply now. This is a very strong description. So if you just imagine, I bet you I'm just going off the top. I promise you, I haven't checked beforehand. So if we do bridge loans, maybe for real estate, bridge loan, real estate, and we scroll down here. What is a bridge loan? So this is more application informational. So if you do apply, bridge loan, everything you need to know. So actually we could look at the ads over here. Pre-qualified minutes, interest only option available. Okay. So I think, if you want to make it even better, I was on the right track, but I wasn't all the way there. Apply in minutes. I like how specific it is. Get pre-approved online. Apply in minutes. Up to 95% LTV. So that's what people are talking about on their pages, so we should probably replicate that. So we go here. Is there anything on LTV? 80%. Okay. So what I would do is up to 80% LTV, up to 80% LTV, and then apply in minutes with Shabrook Capital. Maybe even apply in minutes with Shabrook Capital. Actually, get your rates for free with Shabrook Capital. Apply now. Get rates. Thinking back now, sees the opportunities before they're gone, I think doesn't really hit well. Get rates for free with Shopbrook Capital. Let's go look at some ads again. Free investment property loans, I'm not sure. Fast approval, apply in minutes with fast approval. And maybe do free rate check with Shopbrook Capital. Up to 20 million is nice. Up to 20 million. See how this is looking now? Bridge loans for real estate. Get rates and funding. Secure bridge loan. Maybe not secure a bridge loan because secured can mean something with loans. Like a secured credit card means that you put money up front to acquire that credit card. The bridge loans up to 20 million, up to 20 million, and instead of repeating up to twice, bridge loans up to 20 million and 80% LTV with fast approval. Pre-rate checks with Shopbrook Capital. Apply in minutes. Apply for bridge loan in minutes. Something like that. All right. So we got that in there. Let's go see what Rank Math SEO says. So focus keyword not found in the URL. Okay. Bridge loan program. Probably should just be bridge loans. Now, if I change this, it's going to 404, right? But because we put the rank math redirections in there, it's going to create a redirect it'll be okay. But just in case, what I'm going to do is well, this isn't even on Search Console, I don't think. I don't even think they were really indexed before. Yeah, I really don't think they were probably showing up. Let's do Shawbrook Capital Bridge Loan. So this is our ad, Bridge Loan Program. Okay, well, because I have redirection set up, I'm going to change it to Bridge Loans. And if this is a client with a lot of traffic, you need to be very, very, very careful with this. Don't just change it. ShawbrookInc.com. Let's see how much traffic they have. Almost nothing. Really, like almost nothing. So if I make this change, it's probably going to do more good than any harm. And I'm showing you guys one that's like pretty complicated with loans. Okay. And they're not even in front position for a bridge on anything. So we're just going to change it to bridge loans. So when I hit OK, that's going to be basically for that page and then instantly set up the redirect. Okay, so now focus keyword used in the URL. Perfect. Focus keyword does not appear in the beginning of the content, not appear in the content. Content needs to be a little bit longer, not found in H2s and H3s. We need an image with that. So alt text is running over here. Hopefully it gets that image for us. Link out to external resources. You could link out to like maybe a calculator or something on bridge loans. That could be helpful. And that's going to tell Google, it's going to show that you're linking out to authority resources. And so you're probably a legit site doing things the right way. Doesn't contain a title, does not contain a positive or negative sentiment. So get rates and funding. Get great rates. Unbeatable. Amazing rates and funding. Fantastic. Let's do fast. Fast rates and up to 20 million. Something like that. Looks good. Bridge loans for real estate up to 20 million. That sounds good to me. Let's check back here. So you see your title has a positive or negative sentiment, does not contain a power word. You can click that and see what the power words are. You don't necessarily need to have a power word. You can look into this. Okay, cool. So let's fix these not appearing in the content. So let's hit update, make sure it's saved. And you can see here on this page, it's the general layout. Bridge loan program, bridge loans, the title. I want to do the front end editor. See if we can change it. There we go. Bridge loans. Hit save changes. I know this client is probably going to be cool, so just keep in mind, like I said, bridge loans. But be very careful. Anything you're changing here with our bridge loans, anything you're changing here, you definitely want to, realize that if this has any problems with what you're changing, that it's going to come back to you if there's problems. But I know that what I'm changing here right now should not be a problem because I'm very familiar with it, and it should actually result in positive growth. So just be confident in what you're doing, and you'll be fine. So we're going to hit update, and let's take a look at the page rank now. Bridge line, so 63 out of 100. Let's go back to here. Okay, so we're getting there. Content is 593 words long. So these are going to sort itself out. We want to get this closer to like 70. If you can get it to 80, that'd be great. 90 is like really, really good. It's pretty rare that you get something to 90 unless you did everything perfectly, which there becomes a point where you're spending too much time on it and it's probably, only so much you can do. So use your best judgment, but this should do pretty well. And we want to make sure we set a featured image, of course, if you can, but we did set that default social share image with rank math over here. Yeah, so this is the image it's going to show. So you could leave that image blank on the featured image. Okay, so that was one meta description, meta title, and you can see how we did research in Google search in order to find out what ads were, what they were saying to increase click-through rate, what the search results were, what content we had on page, and we brought that all together into pretty compelling title and description that's pretty click-worthy and accurately describes the value going onto that page. And it's hitting the SEO marks that we need to hit. For the most part, there's still some work to do. So essentially what you're going to do is go through every page. And for a site like this, probably should take maybe an hour if you're focused and you get through it. And that's about it. And then once that work is done, you're going to go over to Search Console and just copy the main URL like this. Go to URL inspection in Search Console, and then click Request Reindexing. And now it's going to prioritize indexing the website with all of the SEO updates that we made on it. And it's going to have new consideration for all of the structure that we put in place to help it rank according to what Google wants, and it's good for their users. And so then we'll start to see really, really good growth on free organic growth search traffic from Google, which could result in purchases, customers, revenue, etc., everything that the client wants. So everything you did there was just extremely valuable long term. Only takes, 1 to 2, depending on how big the website is, 1 to 2 hours to do like a normal sized website. And you basically set it up for success long term. Cool. Hopefully that's helpful. And when doubt, give us a shout and have fun doing SEO optimization and helping people win with Google. All right.